Great, well, thank you, Becky, for that introduction and for those very inspiring opening words. It's a huge pleasure to be with you here this morning. And as Becky said, I have the privilege and the honour of being responsible in government as the Minister for Technology and the Digital Economy. So I'm especially pleased in that context to be here today. Before we talk a bit about the immediate topic, I think it's probably right that we just take a moment to call to mind what is going on in Eastern Europe, in Ukraine today. Clearly, a humanitarian tragedy is unfolding, caused by the Putin regime's completely unprovoked and unjustified invasion, which appears to be now escalating into crimes against humanity with the indiscriminate murder of civilians, which the Prime Minister described yesterday in the House of Commons as war crimes, rightly, and it's, I think, appropriate that the United Kingdom is, along with 38 other countries, referring Putin to the International Criminal Court in The Hague. Our government is rightly supporting the Ukrainian government with money, with weapons which we're shipping out there, and with a comprehensive sanctions package, including excluding Russian banks from the global financial system. I think it's right that we are working with like-minded countries around the world to do that. What is happening is a stain on civilization, and I think we should just keep in mind today as we talk about these important issues what is unfolding there, and I think our thoughts should be with those people suffering so terribly today in Eastern Europe. But let me move on, if I may, to a slightly more cheerful topic, a topic slightly closer to home, which is the UK's tech economy, and I'll talk a bit about the Digital Skills Partnership here in a moment. The government takes the view that technology and the digital economy is at the heart of this country's economic future. It's an enormously fast-growing part of the global economy. It's of enormous geopolitical significance as countries like China widely adopt tech. Things like semiconductor supply is of geopolitical significance, and countries which succeed in tech will be the countries that succeed economically and geopolitically in the decades ahead. So it's a critical priority. We think it'll create jobs, we think it'll elevate our national productivity, and the jobs it creates are on average much better paid than non-digital jobs. So for all of those reasons, the Prime Minister is personally committed to making sure the United Kingdom is a science and technology superpower. In fact, the PM is personally chairing a National Science and Technology Council on a frequent basis to make sure we drive progress across the whole area. And he is, I can tell you, he is holding me personally to account for this. I was with him at a breakfast at Number 10 a short while ago, and he was grilling me on what we're doing in this area. So it has prime ministerial attention being paid to it. And look, I think we can be proud of the progress we've made so far in the UK. Last year, 2021, we saw the creation of 29 new unicorns. Those are startups, tech startups that have got to $1 billion valuation. And that is a new unicorn being given birth to, if you can give birth to a unicorn, every 13 days. We have more unicorns in the UK than France, Germany, and Israel combined. And in fact, only the US and China globally have more unicorns, tech unicorns, than the United Kingdom. And when it comes to raising money, raising capital to set up new businesses and scale existing ones in the tech sector, last year was a record year for tech investment. I'm not going to claim entirely personal credit for that as Tech Minister, but we should all be very proud of it. We raised £29 billion, in fact, £29.4 billion for UK tech businesses, which was by far the highest figure of any European country. The second country was Germany, which raised about 15 billion, that's half our level, and languishing in third place was France, who only raised about 9 billion, one third of our level. I'm sure the Prime Minister is not experiencing too much schadenfreude when he speaks to President Macron about the fact we've got a 3 times more successful tech sector than the French have. So on all of those metrics, the UK tech sector is booming. But it's vital that we do more. We can't be complacent. We've got to extend our lead over the rest of Europe and ultimately seek to join the US and China as the global leaders. It's also critical to make sure that the whole United Kingdom, from north to south, from east to west, shares in the success of our tech sector, whether it's raising capital, whether it's making sure the right skills are available, and making sure that new companies set up and grow. And actually, I was looking at some figures on the way up here this morning, and I'm pleased to say that this neighbourhood, Hull and the East Riding, are doing, as you know, I don't tell you this, you know already, doing unbelievably well. So this area, this neighbourhood, has the highest rate of tech job growth of any part of the country, 8% job growth last year in tech in Hull and the East Riding. That's higher than any other part of the country, higher than London, higher than Edinburgh, higher than Manchester, higher than anywhere else in the United Kingdom. So, I mean, first of all, it's like, well done. Whatever you're doing, it's working. So, congratulations. Looking forward, it's forecast that in Hull and the East Riding, in the next 3 or 4 years, you're going to add £1.6 billion of GVA each year in your tech sector, which is phenomenal. And it's forecast you're going to create 42,000 jobs in the tech sector across the region, which is also a phenomenal prospect. And that is supported by the skills work that many people in this room are doing, and it's being supported by the inflow of capital. I think £159 million was invested in this region in 2020 in tech-related areas. So if we can keep the flow of skills coming into Hull and the East Riding and Humber more widely as well, and if we can keep the capital investment flowing, then the success I've described across Humber, across Hull, the East Riding will undoubtedly continue. And I think a critical part of that is the work that the Digital Skills Partnership is doing. And first of all, I should say congratulations for getting this set up without any government help a couple of years ago. So I think that's as a free marketeer, I love the fact and applaud the fact things happen without government intervention. So well done for getting that set up without government support initially, or without financial support initially. I know there was some support in terms of organisation. But I'm delighted that today marks not just the 2-year anniversary of the DSP being established. I think it also marks the first time stakeholders in the DSP have got together physically, so that's good news. But it also marks the DSP here in Humber joining the sort of official DSP family and getting government financial support as well. So it's a really important milestone in the journey for the whole Humber region, because getting these skills developed is critical to the future of the tech sector. It's critical as part of the government's levelling up agenda that you will have heard a lot about, which cuts across everything from digital skills to arts and culture and everything in between. And we are convinced, based on the work you've done so far, but based on the work of the other 7 DSPs around the country, that they really add genuine value to the economy, helping people develop the skills that they need, which is, I think, probably, along with capital, the sort of critical enabling success factor. And we need to make sure we stay ahead in this region, but the UK needs to stay ahead in the global race. We've beaten the French and the Germans already, but we need to make sure we beat the Chinese, we need to beat the Indians. Right? We're in a global race, okay? We're in a global competition, and we've got to make sure that across the United Kingdom we are beating those global competitors, and the skills work you're doing is a critical part of that. So I want to just close by saying an enormous thank you to everybody who's been involved in this initiative, to Becky and to the DSP board for the work that you've been doing, to the LEP, to James and the LEP for everything you've done. I know to local businesses like Arco, who I know have been supporting this and supporting the apprenticeship programme, to local colleges like the Ron Deering, who have been cooperating and working on this as well. All of you have made this possible. I think you've achieved amazing things already here, but I think, as they say, there is no question the best days lie ahead. So let's work together, whether it's central government, whether it's local government. I know Hull City Councillor, the Deputy Leader, is here as well. At every level of government, the LEP, the local universities, the local colleges, all of us working together are going to make this a success, and we're going to make sure that as the United Kingdom leads the world, Humber, Hull and the East Riding will be leading the UK. It's a great pleasure to be here, and this is a really important milestone in your journey to a fantastic future. Thank you.